Hello, 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 students. Happy summer. Happy you're out of school. I know you guys are so excited. So, I am back with another episode of Black Student Success. I have been gone for a while because I've been busy moving, transition, all that good stuff. So, this is Miss Mathadon, Miss Andrea, coming to you today with a quick video about post graduation from high school, right? Congratulations to everyone who's just graduated from high school. I gave my congrats for those who graduated from college, but this is for my high school students who just graduated. Shout out to you guys. It's been a long 12 years. You're like, man, I'm about to like chill, hang out with the squad for the summertime before you move on to your destination. But before we do all that good stuff, we want to make sure that you guys are on the right path to success over the summertime. So I'm just going to give you awesome tips on what you should be doing for the summertime besides hanging with the squad, getting lit and all that good stuff and sleeping in. So tip number one, definitely, take your time to really relax. You really was cramming for exams to get your grades on point so you can probably get an extra scholarship, internship, fellowship, whatever the case is, to get into school. So you can have your transcripts looking nice, right? So definitely get your rest. Number two, get a summer job. A lot of times, students just want to chill, but get a summer job, get an internship. Even, if you know what industry you want to get into or you're thinking about getting into, I would definitely suggest you also job shadow a professional. You could definitely go on Facebook, LinkedIn, someone in your family member, maybe a nurse, a doctor, social worker, architect, engineer, whatever the case is, and just shoot them a quick text, call them, inquire about, can you come and job shadow them for, let's say, a day or two, ask plenty of questions, fill out any paperwork that you may need to fill out, especially if you're working with any students or any children at the time, to see how it's like to work, let's say 8 hours a day in their field. So I would definitely say do a job shadow. Also, too, going back to finding summer employment, definitely look on to www.indeed.com, idealist.org, any type of job site that may have any employment listing for you. You can do it so easy. Just make sure you have a resume. You don't have a resume, we can have a conversation about that, or ask your parents, your guardian, a trusted family friend or a family member who have worked jobs before, who know how to put together a resume. You can also do your Googles on how to do a sample resume for a high school graduate, and you can get some examples from there, and make sure you're being honest on your resume. A lot of students may not have the experience of working a job and want to lie, because that happens, fabricate, lie on the job resume or job application. Please don't do that, because it will come back to haunt you, because they will do background checks, they will ask for references, and if you said you worked at this job and you never did, that's a consequence. So be prepared, for that. Also, too, just don't lie on it. Just be honest. When it comes to your job search. Also, too, there's internships for high school students. There's this cool place that's called College Links. I would definitely say to check them out there through Enroads. You can go to www.enroads.org and look at college links. It's not in every major city, but there are in some major cities such as Hartford, New York, Atlanta, Minnesota. So check them out and see if they're in your city, and definitely apply to them, because they will provide a mini internship for you for a few weeks up until the time you go to college, you go to trade school, you go into the military. So check out college links as well. So that's my other tip. Tip number 3, make sure that you are saving your money. When I'm talking about saving your money, so we're talking about, you have a job or an internship, you should at least save 10 to 20% of your money. especially if you're going to go to college. Why I say that? Miss Andrea, why do I need to save my money? Because it's good practice, financial tips. So when you do become an adult and you have your money, you know how to have money in the bank for you. You want to be independent. Also, too, if you need to pay for books in school, you'll have a little bit of coins to pay for those books. If you need to pay for any life essentials for your dorm, don't think that your parents are going to pay for everything. This is your time to really become an adult and learn how to adult, um and learn how to pay for your stuff yourself. Now if your parents or family friends throw your graduation party, you get cash, you get gift cards, by all means definitely use that. But life happens even in college, and the cafes close at a certain time. You want to go outside of campus and get something to eat, just in case you go to like a rural campus and there's no place that's open 24 hours. You can definitely have a little bit of coins and spend money and get you something nutritious to eat. Definitely do that. Just have some money in your pocket if you want to go somewhere cool, on a trip or whatever the case is. Just make sure that your college needs are taken care of first. You'll have a little coins in your pocket, then you can go on the trip, have fun with your friends, but be safe. So that's why I always say get a summer job at this point in time. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4 after graduation, to figure out what do you want to do and can you afford to do it. So I'm talking about going to school, going to the military, going to trade school. Make sure that if you have not applied for school, this is the time to apply. You all should have applied by now, but there are some people who just didn't have the education or the knowledge, or was just honestly procrastinating about it. This is the time to apply for school, to apply for financial aid. Also, too, I'm going to put a link in the description box for scholarships. This is the time to apply for scholarship money. There are July 1st, 2019 scholarships that I will put in the description box that are due when July 1st, 2019. So I always tell my students, family members, if I have information or resources or what is the deadline, I'll be like, the deadline is today. Because a lot of times we like to put things off and we're like, oh my God, it's June 30th or July 1st. The deadline for the scholarship is due any second, and you may have to write an essay, you may have to go take pictures, you may have to do something. So please do not wait to the last minute to apply for the scholarships that I'm going to post. Okay? It's very important. So going back to your decision. So you have to be honest with yourself on, what college you're going to go to. Also, to make that decision immediately, because they may have a waiting list. And let's say you want to go from a private institution to a public institution. You need to make that decision immediately, because you may be going to school when August, September, depends on what region you're going to school at. Understand that you need to make that decision if it's not already made. Do not procrastinate, because if they do not hear anything from you, as far as with communication wise, written, email, phone call, they will be like going on to the next, because so many students are going to college. So many students are going to trade schools or community colleges, and military. Also, too, make sure you have all your government ID documentations handy: birth certificate, social security, state ID, driver's license. Make sure you have all those things, because you're going to need those things from here on out. You needed those things before, but from here on out, you're going to need them, because people are going to have to scan your information. They're going to need to know, your mother's maiden name, where your family's from, your nationality, whatever the case is. They just need to identify who you are as a person. So that's cool. You're gonna have your high school ID. You don't need that anymore. You're gonna need like your college ID, a state ID, some type of ID just to identify who you are. So this is your time to really gather that information. You do not have that information, please find out in your local state and city how to obtain that information, which is usually if your birth certificate through your city hall. If you need a social security card, through the social security office, find where that's at and go apply for it. Also, too, if you need to go take a driver's test, go figure out where the local DMV is at, so they can either issue you take a driver's license, get your driver's ID, or If you need to get your state ID, figure how to get that stuff, and you're going to need some money. So figure out how to get the money and get that. So you should have a job to get that stuff. Hold on. Excuse me. So that's my tip for that. And my final tip for my graduating high schoolers is to ask for help. If you know a family member, a friend, a neighbor have been through this process of post-graduation, ask for help to help you navigate certain systems, certain institutions quicker. If you know that a family member went to college, they navigated that system, far as with FAFSA, far as with going to school out of state, far as with what are some things you may need, how to handle a roommate, how to handle roommate assignment, housing assignment, whatever the case is. Ask questions. Do not feel like you and your parent are on this journey alone, because a lot of times our parents don't have the information because they may have just went to high school. They may have just got a GED, whatever the education attainment is. No shame, no heat. Ask other people in your village to help you. Don't just assume like, oh, well, I went on a tour, I'm in this school. You have to do processes. You have to understand what the culture is like. You have to understand what paperwork to fill out. You have to be very knowledgeable when it comes to going to school, going into the military, whatever, or even just working, an 8 to 5 or a 9 to 5 job. So please ask for help throughout your journey, starting this summertime. Because you're 18, 19 years old, people are expecting you to know these things because you are adults. And especially, you are, Black American, they definitely are looking at you like, well, you supposed to know this because they consider us adults at early ages, which is another conversation we can have later on. So make sure that you're asking for help along the journey of going to college, along the journey of going to the military, along the journey of getting a job, because you don't know everything. The computer, Google's not going to tell you everything because there are some answers that you may not know. So make sure that you ask for help along the journey. So that's all I have to say. Like I said, congratulations again to all the high school graduates. You all did an amazing job. Make sure that you reach back and you help other folks when you have the knowledge. Make sure that you help other folks with the knowledge, with resources or whatever folks need help with, because information is free and information is supposed to be shared. So make sure that you're helping a fellow high school student to navigate the systems. So much love and light to you all. Make sure that you subscribe to the page, to the YouTube channel. Make sure that you share this video with your fellow high school students or even college students, because hey, college students need this information too, or just college folks in general. That's it. Until next time, peace.